Much of what we sell on the sales floor is stocked by what we call pegging. Many end caps like this one have large sections of peg merchandise on them. The party goods and promotional window, end of the register lanes, and many interior aisles all have large peg sections. Peg hooks should always be kept fully stocked. An empty peg hook can pose a serious safety problem. And further, it does nothing to help sales. If you see an empty or near empty peg hook, restock it immediately. Keep one skin per peg and check that the price of the new item matches the price of the ones already there. There may come a time when you are asked to rework and fill an entire peg section. Well, like just about everything else relating to merchandising, we have a way to do that which makes best use of available space and presents our products to our customers in a most appealing way. The end cap layout explains what merchandising supplies you'll need. Incidentally, most of the time we use 16-inch peg hooks. The layout will advise in rare instances when another size peg hook may be required. The layout details how to set the end cap and includes a diagram of how many vertical and horizontal rows of merchandise are to be placed on it. Work your way across the pegboard, from left to right. First, lay out a pattern. That is, a series of peg hooks with a single piece of merchandise on each. This way, adjustments can be made easily. Begin in the upper left-hand corner. Place a piece of merchandise on a peg so the item hangs even with the top and side of the end cap. The item should not extend over the sides or top at all. Then, move to the right and peg the next piece of merchandise. When it's in place, there should be a space between the two items, just large enough to see one hole in the pegboard. This is called the one-hole rule. Pegged items should always be separated by one hole of airspace. This lets a customer easily select an item from one peg without disturbing merchandise on any nearby peg hooks. It also makes for a clean, crisp appearance and lets us make the most of the available space. There are very few instances where the one-hole rule of spacing does not apply. Occasionally, certain odd-shaped packages may require a bit more room than the standard one hole of space. As you lay out your pattern horizontally, keep the top level. When you begin to set your vertical pattern, remember the one-hole spacing requirement. Stripe by width. Keep the same size items in stripes. Vertical rows should be striped, which means the same item should be seen on several pegs to form an eye-catching display of merchandise. Where possible, keep the bottom row even, and it should usually hang 18 inches above the shelf, unless the layout indicates otherwise. Once the pattern is complete, and a member of management or a department head has approved it, finish the job by filling the pegs with merchandise. But don't overfill the pegs. Pegging on an interior aisle is basically the same process. The layouts tell you what merchandise is called for in the aisle. However, the layouts for these sections don't tell you how many rows of each item are required. Proper placement will take a bit more ingenuity on your part. You'll have to ensure all the items are placed on the sales floor and that each gets the appropriate number of facings. Anything pegged higher than 6'6" out of reach of the average customer must also be pegged lower, within easy reach. Leftover items may have to be repacked, and they're kept in the storeroom for later use, but never placed on the overstocked shelves. Finally, keep your work area neat. Break down empty cartons as you work and place them inside one large carton. This cuts down on clutter and makes cleanup easier. Sweep up the small cardboard tabs that fall from items when pegged. Then take all the trash to the compactor or baler and return unused supplies to their proper place. Good housekeeping is also an important part of effective merchandising at Toys R Us.